Hello everyone. It's me with another classic tale from the great storyteller. Let's begin. His majestic presence struck fear into the hearts of all animals, except for one, a young deer named Fawn. Fawn wasn't like the other deer who trembled at the mere mention of the lion's name. She had a spirit of adventure and a heart full of curiosity, and she wanted to make friends with the mighty beast. The other animals thought she was crazy. Just then, she spotted a small flower growing in a crack in the rocks. Its petals were the exact shade of the setting sun. Fawn explained how she wanted to be his friend and how she got him to sleep with her grandmother's necklace. If only she could help him get some peace and quiet. That's when an idea struck her. She told the lion about the magical flower and how it would make him sneeze and wake him up instantly if he needed to. They were looking for a deer to take back to their village. When they saw Fawn, they knocked an arrow and aimed for her. The two became even closer after that day, sharing secrets and adventures in their beautiful forest home. And as the years went by, their friendship became a legend, inspiring all the other animals in the forest. Fawn froze in fear, but suddenly a loud roar echoed through the trees. Instead, they admired her courage and the special bond she shared with the lionheart. They knew that no matter what challenges or changes life threw their way, they would always have each other, and that's why their bond became a legend, a timeless tale whispered among the leaves, reminding all who heard it that true friendship knows no bounds. Even the shyest of creatures felt braver knowing that Fawn and the lionheart were their friends. And the lionheart, don't forget to show your support if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time for another enchanting adventure. The hunters turned to see the majestic lionheart charging towards them, his eyes blazing with anger. The deer stood frozen, watching as the lionheart chased the hunters away. The lion's eyes lit up. That sounds like a wonderful idea, he said. Are you all right? He asked gently. Fawn nodded, her eyes shining with gratitude. Thank you, Lionheart, she whispered. You saved my life. The Lionheart nuzzled her affectionately. You're welcome, my friend, he said. Oh, Lionheart, she asked sadly. Why does your mane have to turn gray? The Lionheart sighed. Our friendship will last forever, no matter how old we get. Fawn smiled, feeling better. She knew the Lionheart was right. Their friendship wasn't based on age, but on trust, loyalty, and love for each other. It's just a sign that I'm getting old, he said. And you, little Fawn, are getting pretty grown up yourself. Fawn felt a sudden pang of sadness. She knew that as she grew older, she wouldn't be able to visit the Lionheart as often or play as much as they did when she was younger. Remember, our bond is unbreakable. No matter what danger you face, you just need to call out and I'll be there in a flash. And to thank you for your kindness, I'd like to give you a gift. Here, Rum Family Paw. This will protect you from harm, and whenever you use it, remember, you have a friend in the great Lionheart. Fawn was overjoyed. She thanked the lion and promised to visit him again soon. I didn't mean to fall asleep, he said, chuckling. It's just that I haven't had a good night's sleep in ages. All the monkeys in the forest keep making so much noise at night. It's impossible to get any rest. Fawn knew that if she placed this flower on the lion's nose, he'd sneeze so hard he'd wake up in a flash. So she did just that. The lion twitched, then sneezed once, twice, and finally opened his eyes. He looked around wildly, trying to figure out where he was, and when his gaze fell on Fawn, his expression softened. A lion is our predator, they'd say. Why would you want to befriend him? But Fawn couldn't understand their fear. To her, the lion was just a big cat with a funny mane, and she was determined to be his friend. From that day on, Fawn and the lion became the best of friends. Every night, Fawn would bring the magical flower to the lion's cave. The lion would smell the flower, sneeze violently, and in no time at all, he'd be wide awake and ready to take on the noisy monkeys. With Fawn's help, the lion finally got the sleep he'd been longing for, and in return, he kept the deer safe from harm with his powerful paws. Once upon a time, in the heart of a sun-dappled forest lived a lion whose roar was as terrifying as thunder. Every day, Fawn would sneak out of the herd and venture closer to the lion's territory. She'd call out, "Hello, Mr. Lion, are you home?" But only the birds would answer. One day, Fawn's courage failed her. As she neared the lion's cave, she turned tail and ran back to the safety of the herd. The other deer praised her for her good sense, but Fawn felt a deep sadness in her heart. She realized that if she didn't do something brave, she'd never be the lion's friend. So the next day, she made a plan. She told the other deer she was going to visit her grandmother, who lived deep in the Whispering Woods, a place even the bravest of warriors feared to tread. As the deer ambled off, Fawn raced ahead, heading straight for the lion's cave. Fawn stood at the entrance, unsure what to do. She remembered that her grandmother had a magical necklace that could make anyone fall deeply asleep. She couldn't wake the lion, but she didn't want to go back without fulfilling her goal. That's when an idea struck her. Taking a deep breath, Fawn crept into the cave. Moving as silently as a shadow, she approached the sleeping lion and gently placed the necklace around his neck. Immediately, the lion's breathing grew heavier and his snores filled the cave. Fawn had done it. She'd gotten the lion to sleep peacefully. Her heart pounded in her chest as she approached, but she was determined to see it through. Inside the cave, the lion lay fast asleep, his loud breathing echoing in the stillness. But now she had a new problem. How could she wake him up? "Well, hello there," said the lion in a surprisingly gentle voice. "What brings you into my humble abode?" Fawn felt a pang of sympathy for the poor lion. As she skipped away, clutching the charm in her paw, Fawn felt like the luckiest deer in the forest. One day, a group of hunters entered the forest, their eyes sharp and their bows and arrows ready. When they were gone, the lion heart returned to Fawn, who was shaking with fear. Fawn felt a surge of happiness and loyalty. She knew she could always count on her brave friend. The deer, seeing how brave and loyal Fawn was, stopped teasing her for wanting to befriend the lion. One evening, as Fawn and the lionheart were enjoying a meal together, Fawn noticed the lionheart's mane was starting to turn gray. The lionheart seemed to sense her sadness and nudged her with his paw. "Don't be blue, Fawn," he said. As the sun set over the Whispering Woods, casting long shadows on the forest floor, Fawn and the lionheart walked side by side, their friendship as strong as ever. The end. Thank you for watching today's story. If you enjoyed the tale of Fawn,